Howdy folks, it is Lanso90 here, and welcome back to Let's Play Kerbal Space Program, where we need 4 points of science to run. Just need 4 points of science. Just thinking about what I could do. Just to get our science upgrades. Thinking I could just launch a suborbital probe and get some science in the atmosphere. Let's see, let's open. So it might be better just to start a new one at this point. Command pod. Mark 1 command pod. It's nice and light. Compatible with the basic parachutes. Slap some drogue chutes on it. Slap this bad boy on it. Realized because of the amount of stuff I'm putting on it that it's actually going to need more parachutes because I'm paranoid. I get it. Payload. Service bay. Crack it open. Too big. Too big to complete the training. But farther I've learned something. Too big. I'll actually see alternatives though. So what I'm gonna do is grab this. Boop. Boop. Oh, okay. Gonna grab this and go boop. All right. Should be able to get something out of that. Should be able to get something out of this. Should be able to bring like a pair of these. Close. Okay. Next step. So we're gonna shove an antenna in it just in case. Doesn't quite fit, but it's fine. That doesn't look right at all. I think that's right. I think it's just a graphics glitch. These used to deploy, but it does say it has an ejection force. I guess you have to right click on it while you're entering to get rid of it rather than a stage. Foldable solar panels now. How much battery power does this capsule come with? 300, that should be fine. Okay, so that is a very heavy little thing there. However, joke's on it. Wonder if the base game decouplers actually look better than... they're about the same, really. Engine, what have we got? Terrier is still our best bet for space. 340 in a vacuum. Or 345 in a vacuum, I should say. Swivel's usually pretty good too, but as far as fuel efficiency goes, it's our best bet. Parachutes. Flag's much smaller than I expected. Not gonna mess with it. So let's see where I could put this where it would not. Red goes on the left side, green goes on the starboard side. It's actually how it is in Star Trek. I wonder if that's a Star Trek reference or if that's just the way things be sometimes. Things be like that sometimes, you know? Like if it's a military type of thing. Okay. Fuel tanks. The big old KW rocketry. Feels like too much. Do that. Throw the Wildcat on. You'll be like, Lance, there's no way this spacecraft's gonna work. That's way more weight than you've had before, and the spacecraft isn't more designed. Hoo-hoo. You don't know what's coming. Actually, you do probably know what's coming. Probably in the thumbnail or title or something. We gonna do some asparagus staging. It's actually quite simple. Let's see, where are our little launch assist things? There they are. So always on your redundant parachutes, just wait till the last stage. The only ones that actually matter are these two and the top one. Here's my canards at. There they are. Love the canards. Love the canards. Don't know if we need all three at the start. However, all we've got to do, strap on external fuel ducts. Oh, weird. I guess you have to do these one at a time. Get rid of the symmetry, please. Shoop. And da-whoop. So, That just gave us like 10,000 times our rocket effectiveness that we've ever had in our entire life. Let's think of a name for this thing. All right, I've got our name. Novus 1. That just means new. I know, it sounds very simple. And it is. It's just, I don't know, it sounds cool. So I'm gonna keep it just Novus 1. Okay. Brand new LOE design with asparagus among us staging. There we go. Crew. I think it's Jeb's turn. Those could be together. Solar panels, parachutes. I think we're all good. So we could take a look at our contracts to see if there's like a science return mission. Should always do that before I start building a rocket, to be honest with you, but I forgot. Yeah, all we have is the docking one, which we can do now because we have docking clamps. Though I do wonder if my science rewards for doing that are going to be less than, or our monetary rewards for doing that are going to be less than what we would get for less than the cost of sending 2 rockets into space. Because we're gonna have to send 2 rockets into space for that. Rescue Chrism from orbit. We'd have to see where they're at, actually, but science data from the MUN. That's pretty easy. I'm gonna do that. Rescue people from orbit. Ferry passengers. I can start doing those. I might start doing those if we run into money problems. I might do those off camera just because they're the same thing over and over. Okay. This isn't going to the MUN, obviously, but... Huh? Oh. Fly. That's what I wanted to do. I could be wrong. Maybe they nerfed asparagus staging, but the way the game used to work, asparagus staging was unbelievably overpowered. So despite the fact that this thing up here is unbelievably heavy, it should work. We are kind of going slow, though. I will admit, we were a bit slow. Basically, with asparagus staging, these side things are going to drain of fuel first. However, is what you're going to see. Once we stage these off, our main section is going to have full fuel still. Come on, don't wiggle out of control now. None of that. So basically, we get lots of extra thrust at the start for free. Is one way to look at it, because now they're gone and we have a fully fueled stage that would normally have been our first stage. I do not have flight engineer on this thing. It's always something. We gotta do it the old-fashioned way. Guess what? Jebediah can point prograde now. On his own. I don't have to micromanage him anymore. We are very zoomed out. Ooh, I can time warp and he'll keep us on the trajectory so I don't have to D-time warp all the time like we used to do. No, it's glorious. Now we wait till apoaps. Wonder if I can get your... Sometimes we get the information down there, man, but not always. And not this time. Okay, he doesn't do it once we're out of the atmosphere, but it's fine. He tried. Jeez, I'm having trouble keeping up with the prograde marker there. Oh, our SAS is not good, huh? Felt like we had good SAS in the atmosphere, but I guess that was just the canards helping. Yeah, this thing actually doesn't have that strong of a reaction wheel, huh? That's okay. Ooh, baby asparagus staging. So friggin' good. You cannot beat it. And you can just keep iterating on the design. You can get like a 6-pack around your rocket where each one fuels each other, and then you just separate, drop 2 off at a time, and it's just so efficient. Man, we are sinking fast. Goodbye, friend. Wish I had flight engineer, man. I think we're close to being okay. It just got scary there for a minute. Because we're still going down past our apoaps. Good enough. As long as we're out of the atmosphere, I'm happy. Okay. We probably could have kept burning and reached the moon if we wanted. Probably didn't even need these big old solar panels, but who cares? I need to set these on action groups before I launch. I need to have like an action group for like when we exit the atmosphere. Have a bunch of things happen. You know what? I'm not smart. It's okay. I can do it on the way in. My whole idea of launching this thing was to get science while we were in on the way up. Not anything else. Because the science on the way up and down, that's a lot better. Except for this one. This one. Radio plasma wave scan while in space near Kerbin. Characteristic plasma wave patterns confirm the presence of multiple Van Kerbin radiation belts. Keep that or send it. I guess it might as well send it. It's the same value. Okay, retract. Okay. Not a problem. We will warp to our apoaps. Hey, the lights work. Mostly just one of them for when we're on the dark side of planets because it's so hard to see our spacecraft. Even with Planet Shine on now. Guess who can point retrograde for us? It's super helpful. Go ahead, take us to 38,000. We're in a low orbit. It should be fine. Super double check that I don't need the stage for anything. And then I get so scared about pressing the stage button sometimes. I hope this works, even though it's like not quite right. All right, Jebediah can just keep us pointed retrograde, sort of. Can't do it when we're time accelerating. Sadly enough, it'd be very helpful if he could. Eat. All right. Start retracting these babies. I always get really ballsy and do a high altitude EVA, but it's so scary. We'll have to do a special trip for that. Or we'll have to put them in like a very, very safe pod with like a very safe trajectory into the atmosphere. I've got to do like, I guess to get us like at 70 kilometers and then just ease them into like 68 on both sides and enter very, very, very slowly. Because otherwise it's terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Turn the lights off. Luckily, this is mostly useful when we're entering the atmosphere, keeping him pointed on retrograde for us. All right, this is where... Have I done a material study in upper atmosphere? No. The rarefied air has caused interesting changes to the gel samples. It seems like something is happening with the internal structure. Going to close the doors, though. I don't think they'll interact with the atmosphere, but better safe than sorry. Mystery goo in upper atmosphere. Goo seems to be getting very cold now. Save the other one for where we land. I'm sure that thing won't work. All right. I should be able to just time accelerate all on my own and not have to worry about anything. He should just keep us pointed retrograde. He can sometimes drain your electric charge really bad. That was actually a glitch when they first added this. The ability for the Kerbals to keep pointed retrograde. It's like the time acceleration multiplied whatever actions they had to do to keep the spacecraft on track. And so it just drained absurdly fast. Now things start to look a little messy. I'll start dialing back the time acceleration, but now I don't have to micromanage it nearly as much as I used to. Gonna take it down to 2 now. A fantastic job, Jebediah. Thank you very much. This saves me so much time. Especially if I have to start doing like mass missions to do rescue Kerbals and ferry VIPs to space and all that stuff. Okay, it's getting a little rough, so I'm going to slow it down. Try not to overload the poor little Kerbal. There's our other stage. Should eventually return. Okay, so we can right-click and jettison. It used to be part of the staging system to jettison the heat shield, but looks like they pulled it off. It must have been a problem for some folks. Looks like we're going to go down to the ocean. Not preferred, because I would have liked to get some new science. I can probably get some maybe like flights. In flight over Kerbin's waters. Data from our other thingy. The other mystery goo. See, I think it was 25,000 when we hit some really turbulent waters last time we re-entered, so that'll be once we discover if Jebediah can handle this on his own. Actually, it looks like we're over ground. I actually can't tell. This looks like ground. Might not be for long. shadow, so I really can't tell. There we go. Jebediah has done it. It's gotten us through the worst part. Hey, the other stage recovered. We covered all of our stages that time, too. I'll wait till we get our parachutes deployed before I think about opening this up and running some science. Drogue chutes. Primary parachutes. Okay. Let's see what we've got. Okay, we've already got mystery goo while flying. Hopefully this is a new biome. I can't tell if this is water and we're seeing through the water, and that's the seafloor, or if we're landing on ground. It's very, very foggy here. I wonder if we're in the Badlands. That looks like water. Yeah, there's a water effect. That's just, we're seeing through the ocean. Planet Shine must do something kind of weird with ocean water, huh? Are those deployed, though? Thought the drogue chutes fully deploy first. Oh, those are the drogue chutes. Okay. Got them confused. I think in real life they're usually the opposite. It's usually like the gray ones. The ones that are higher up are usually the drogue chutes, but apparently, whoa. Hope I forgot to jettison the heat shield. That probably has something to do with it. Whoa. Oh, God. Glitch. That was pretty scary. Ooh. Could, like, cut a chute. Thinking of cutting just, like, the main one. It's not necessary, but it would help us get down to the ground a little quicker. But yeah, I should have jettisoned the heat shield as soon as we were through the thermal effects. Come on, I want to run my bathymeter experiment again. I might not find anything. Should be able to get a surface sample from the water. Silly as that sounds a little. I could even possibly get an EVA while falling, but it's just so scary. That's just so scary. I think for that mission, we're going to have like tons and tons and tons of parachutes. Like even more than this. Like this is absurd already, but if we get enough parachutes that we're going down at like 1 meter a second, then we could probably EVA safely. And this thing's heavy. Look how deep it goes in the water. Oh, there's no data here. You probably don't have anything either, huh? Yeah, well, that's stinky. Let's just flip over. Take a surface sample. At least that's worth something. Taking a sample of the water appears to dramatically increase the surface humidity of anything it touches. That's one way of putting it. Doubt there's a crew report info there. Okay. Cover vessel. We're also not too far from the KSP, so should get decent return for our investment there. Show me what you've got. There we go. 44 science. Not a ton. Just a wee bit. But that's all we needed was a wee bit. So I hope you've all enjoyed. If you did, hit the like button. Keep the conversation going in the comments and subscribe if you want to see more. Ooh, baby. Here we go. until next time, I hope you have a good day.